The Daily Nebraskans policy is we will only give someone anonymous status if it is a person whose safety is concerned. Another example might be where they have like workplace reputation at concern. So in this case, like if the university was misusing student fees and a lower employee knew about it and came to us, we would give that person anonymous status because their job is at concern, and we wouldn't find out about that if it wasn't for that source. So say if we went around asking students what is their opinion on like a bill in the legislature, or what sports team they're going to think or what they think are going to win this weekend, we would not give them anonymous status because opinions we think should be held accountable. They're not like facts, so they're not giving us details that we couldn't get from someone else. They're giving an opinion, so we would make them give their first and last name with that opinion. Like I said, with the police records, for sure, there's a couple, in that case, since we deal with the university news a lot, you can always go to university administration. There's a lot of different public records deals that we can go along with because it's a public university. We also have the power to submit a FOIA, which is Freedom of Information Act, which is a journalist's right to public information. So we always fill out those and submit them to the right people to get, the facts that normal people couldn't just search up on the internet. So as long as we go about verifying in different avenues to go along with the stuff we see from an anonymous source, then I think we're safe. I feel like every news organization does pretty well at managing their anonymous sources. In a perfect world, we would want to use less, but it's not a perfect world and it's not going to be, so we're going to have to use anonymous sources when we can to get the information we need. So I don't think there's ever going to be a time where we can hope for more or less, because it's just something that's going to be necessary if you want to get down to the hard details of a, conflict or a matter like that. Obviously, if the media were to be banned from using anonymous sources, their journalism would fall very hard because, we as journalists can do as much as we can with information that we can receive publicly or through interviews that are going to be worthwhile. But if we can't get the dark details of some scandal going on, then there's no investigation and there's no bringing light to those scandals. It would be taking away the First Amendment, because you're preventing a source from talking about something that happened to them just because they don't want to use their name doesn't mean that they should be barred from telling us what they want to tell us. So I think that, if newspapers were banned from using the word anonymous source in a news story, that'd be horrible. It's ethical to use anonymous sources if, you went about an ethical way of reporting the situation. And you're making sure, the victims are safe, your anonymous source is safe, and you as a newspaper are safe.